This morning, our two-part investigation begins.
The social impact, a deep dive into the world of social media and the effect it has on our children. News 8's Eva Zamaris joins us live with what kids and families need to know. Eva.
Good morning to Laura and Keith. Social media, it's a big part of our everyday, with so many of us, especially kids and teens, using these platforms. What impact does and will it have?
It changed everything. And now we can't imagine life without it.
It's so interesting to see how, that's normal for us.
We're hooked on social media.
What we know today is that social media really can be a double-edged sword.
There are an estimated 5 billion users worldwide. Among the most frequent are teenagers. But where are they spending their virtual time? The latest numbers from the Pew Research Center shows YouTube dominates, with roughly 9 in 10 teens saying they use the platform. TikTok, Snapchat, and Instagram remain incredibly popular, but teens are now less likely to use Facebook or X than they were a decade ago. With every scroll or swipe, there's something new to discover.
It just really allowed me to see other people, what they were doing, and just overall connect with my friends.
But it's doing more than entertain. Sometimes it becomes a lifeline.
Marginalized youth really find a connection online, and we don't want to make them feel isolated because they don't have any other way of connecting.
It's what's led social media to be woven into the fabric of our daily lives. With no signs of screen time slowing down, parents more than ever are considering the impact of these ever-changing platforms. So what do experts have to say about this new normal?
We know that there's still a lot more research that we need to know and uncover. Whether or not this could process how we take in information, how we look to get information, and whether or not for some kids it actually interferes with their ability to have good one-on-one social interactions in the real world.
Dr. Melissa Santos, division head of pediatric psychology at Connecticut Children's, shared what we do know so far.
After a while, your brain is looking for more of it. It's looking for those highs that you get from that excitement of what's going to come next.
And it can fuel feelings of inadequacy or comparison among peers.
Why don't I look like that? Why don't I have that?
Dr. Santos and other experts we spoke with say it's important to have conversations with kids about social media, finding out what apps they're on, what they're looking at, and what they enjoy about these platforms.
They're on the phone, what bad could happen to them? There's so much that can happen to them, and there's so fewer guardrails.
Dr. Lane Taylor, Chief Medical Officer at the Village for Families and Children in Hartford, tells News 8, if you notice a shift in your child's behavior, seek help. At the Village, they have one of the state's urgent crisis centers.
And you can get not only an assessment and referrals, but you can actually get someone to help you.
Resources are in place within school districts as well, including in Cheshire.
It's important to bring in folks who are contemporary experts to train our parents, but we also have lessons through our library media courses.
Providing guidance to both students and families.
Right early in middle school, every grade gets a presentation. They have a speaker come in and kind of talk about social media and, the powers and then the things that can be negative.
A reminder for parents that these platforms are always changing, and what kids face today may be quite different from the social media parents are familiar with.
When our children take their first step, we're right by their side with pillows. We don't let them fall. We don't let them get hurt. Then we hand them the world, which is full of strangers, through a device and say good luck.
Scott Driscoll, president of Internet Safety Concepts, says there are steps families can take to ensure safety and privacy.
If your child has an account, as a parent, create one. And then sit down and say, we're going to link our accounts together. Now, it doesn't give us everything, but it gets us into our children's world.
And part 2 of our series, The Social Impact, continues tomorrow morning. Here's News 8 investigative reporter Jeff Derderian with a preview. Jeff?
We sat down with 3 teenagers in middle school one-on-one to get a better understanding of how much of a role cell phones play a part in their daily lives. Our discussion with students took us to Dodd Middle School in Cheshire. We talked about how they first got a phone and why. Also, is there any good that comes from kids being on their phones so much? What we found, well, that just might surprise you. Many schools also have a policy of no phones, including the one we were at. But teachers and administrators admit it's a tough policy to police. One of the reasons, they say, is what parents do. And we'll tell you about that as well. Also, we share some startling numbers on just how many times a day teenagers are actually checking their phone. Even the kids in our roundtable discussion didn't expect what we found out. And we also ask, how long could they really go with no phone?
There's some students who could maybe go a day. There's some students who don't bring it to school at all, but the majority do. And there's some students who can't sit through a class and will go to the bathroom and check it.
Cell phones, can kids really put them down? Our Social Impact series continues tomorrow morning on Good Morning Connecticut at 6 a.m. I'll see you then. Jeff.
Wow, it's such a great topic that you're covering here.
Absolutely.
I'm sure so many kids are coming home, too, hearing their friends with these apps, and parents don't know what to do.
And it's all about a conversation. That's what all the experts were saying to us is if your student comes home, your child comes home and they say, Mom, Dad, I want to join one of these apps. They say it's really important. Just have a conversation about it. And as a parent, as a family, do your research, look into the apps yourself. And if you don't feel like it's right now for your child, it's okay to say no. It really comes down to just being a family decision.
Yeah, the power of saying no and making that choice. Eva, great topic. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Okay, and again, tomorrow, 6:45, part 2 with our investigative reporter, Jeff Dedaren. Look forward to that.
Thank you.